Welcome back to episode number 28. I'm gonna take you guys on a full tour of the exterior because as you can see, we are finally done. There's no more scaffolding. There's no more people working here. The house is completely done. It's actually photo shoot day inside right now. But in the meantime, I'm gonna show you guys the full exterior, front yard and backyard. Come with me. July of 2024, when I first showed you guys what the exterior looked like, the house used to be completely yellow. The driveway was in pretty rough shape. There was no front porch enclosure. Overall, the draw to the house was what was happening inside in terms of potential and the school district. We are so lucky to be very close to the school where my kids go. It's kind of change, I would say, for the exterior elevation is that we now have this front porch enclosure. But before there was nothing here, you walked up the steps, you had like the front door right there, and then you walked right into the front hall where the old spiral stairs were. So now, as you can see, we have a beautiful kind of alcove entryway that was designed for us by House Lab. And they did a really beautiful job capturing the elevation of the front exterior that I wanted it to look like. So we have this beautiful kind of stone archway here. We've got my favorite gas lanterns. Those are from St. James Lighting. We have those at our cottage, and so to be able to have them here again was extra special. And then I did a little bit of repurposing. Originally, I was like, okay, these urns, old, they gotta go. And they never really went anywhere. They just sat on our front lawn for the entire duration of construction. And in the last couple months, I'm like, why would I get rid of these? These things are absolutely perfect. So I've now repurposed them. I've got two little trees in there, which I think are perfect. I was gonna do like floral planters, and then I decided to do some trees, and I think that they actually turned out really nicely. And then of course, we've got copper eaves, copper downspouts. When they were installing them, the installer was like, okay, but you know, like this color is gonna change. It's not gonna look as shiny. There's gonna look like smudges and this kind of stuff. And I'm like, don't worry, I 100% know exactly what's gonna happen. And he was like, okay, well, we had a client who got really upset because after the first day, it looked like they were worn in. And I was like, no, that's exactly why we got these. So got the beautiful flashing, the oversized eaves troughs, and then the beautiful downspouts. It just came together honestly better than I could have imagined. I'm so happy with how it looks, and then just tied in all together with the steps, the driveway, which is so permeable. I'm like, this is probably the best decision we could have made. We had a massive rainstorm the other day, and all the water just like went right into the ground. It was fantastic. It wasn't like overflowing anywhere, which was amazing. So we had a few big investments for the exterior of the house that were really important to us. One was a cedar roof, another one was the copper eaves and downspouts, and the third was windows. We've done vinyl before. Vinyl is a really cost-effective option, and they're beautiful. However, there's not as much opportunity to customize, and they don't have necessarily the same traditional feel as what I really wanted. So we were very lucky to work with WD Craftline. This video is sponsored in part by them, and they were amazing to work with. They really allowed me to understand what we were going to get from a perspective of aluminum wood clad windows and the opportunity I had to customize it. So I picked the different trim details, I picked the mullion profile, and I was able to customize the color of the exterior of the windows and then paint the interior of the windows the same as the trim in all of the rooms. So that to me was really a level up and something that I was really appreciating when it came to the overall look and feel of the house and what I needed it to evoke. You look at it from the street and you're like, okay, those windows add to the overall aesthetic. They don't in any way compromise or fall flat. It really is something that I think was a really important decision for us, and I'm very, very happy that we were able to have these beautiful double hung windows across our house. The windows are a powder-coated aluminum exterior, and I picked the color linen because I think it works so beautifully with the Sherwin-Williams Greek Villa and chat room that I used for both the stucco as well as the Tudor boards. And I was really, really happy to be able to pick from a variety of colors. They had literally 50 colors that you could choose from. And so I thought linen worked perfectly with them. One thing that was also really important to Fraser and I was the energy efficiency of the windows. And for these ones, they actually have a special glazing that helps protect from UVA and UVB rays transmitting into the house, which helps for heating and cooling optimization. And another thing that's really important is that when a lot of sun comes into a space, it can fade flooring, it can fade fabrics and rugs and that kind of thing. And so it's really helpful to be able to have extra protection against that so that I can have extra longevity in all of my furniture and finishes. I'm gonna take you guys around the back. We added some new window placements that I'm gonna show you guys, and I also just wanna show you how the backyard turned out. Okay, so you can see right now we have the French casement window open at the pass-through. That's the kitchen passing through to the outdoor kitchen, and it is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. We had to modify it a little bit in terms of placement. It was on the exterior side of the exterior wall instead of the interior side of the exterior wall. And so when I was using it for the first time before the cabinets had gone in and I was so excited about it, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, once the cabinets are in that are 24 inches deep, it's gonna be really hard to lean over and get the window open. So we ended up taking the window out, moving it forward about 6 inches, and that made a total night and day difference. So now we're actually using it. Fraser's been barbecuing. It has been so nice. We're getting like a very extended summer here in Toronto. And so we've been able to use it, which has been wonderful. It's a conversation when we were talking through the initial budget about just doing aluminum wood clad on the front of the house and doing vinyl everywhere else. And knowing how impactful windows are and the importance of the look and feel for the exterior, we decided to do the aluminum wood clad by Windsor Windows around the entire house. And so as you guys can see now, we have the beautiful pass-through window in the kitchen. We have our amazing French doors coming out into the backyard. And then the entire back elevation has them as well. So one of the things that I actually love is the 3rd floor window. You can't tell from out here, but on the interior of that room, the window is right on the floor. And so it makes it feel like you're in a tree house because all you can see when you look out that window is the top of this tree. And it feels really special. And it's just a very, very nice place to be. Sometimes when we're sitting in that 3rd floor rec room or family room, whatever you want to call it, and the sun is setting, we get the most incredible light in that room. I absolutely love on the double hung windows, the beautiful brass hardware. I feel like that is a definite need in the window industry to be able to have that kind of beautiful hardware on all windows, not just the double hung windows. And so to be able to have them on everything that is double hung in the house looks so beautiful. They're like these perfect brass latches, and they just really add that old world charm to it. They remind me very much of the hardware in the double hung windows I had in my house growing up. And all that like nostalgia, just, it makes the house feel warm and lived in and like it has a personality and like it's not brand new, even though it is. I think these windows were something that were a big investment when we were adding things to the budget, but something that I would not have changed. I think they absolutely pulled the house together. Okay, so the backyard is fully done. I'm so happy with how it turned out. We worked with Megan Kennedy Landscape Design to design the actual backyard, and then Golden Mean Landscaping brought it all to life. And there are so many features back here that I'm obsessed with. So first is the circular bench around the tree. That was one of the visions kind of from the very beginning. I was like, okay, I want to be able to have this tree be a focal point because it's so big and it's so present in the backyard and not take away from it. So we had this custom made circular bench built by some of the Mennonites in Ontario, and it turned out beautifully. We actually painted it the same color as the fence, so it really ties in nicely. We're now in one of my favorite spots in the backyard, this beautiful seating area. So this was one of the first things that we designed that I knew I really wanted to have, specifically this diamond checkerboard here. And I really wanted it to be half paver stone, half pea gravel. So what we actually ended up doing here was putting epoxy in to keep the pea gravel kind of bound together so that it wasn't free and moving everywhere. The rest of the backyard does not have it. That's meant to be like looser and a little bit more organic looking, but this I wanted to be quite structured. And so we have the same brick border that we have at the front, so it has the connection between the front and the back. And then this is just our beautiful seating area. So one thing that I love about this is we have another fire feature. I say another because we had one at our old house and it was actually one of Fraser's favorite things. So we did that here again. I'm more of like I'll be out here until mid-October and then I just go inside for the winter. And that I think is something that really kind of like grounds this space. One of my favorite features back here that Megan Kennedy Landscape Design incorporated are these mirrored panels. It was something that I was like, oh, that's cool, and I know it's gonna look good, but it wasn't until they actually got installed that I was like, this is so amazing. It reflects the light and obviously the back of the house, so it just makes the space feel so much more open and adds a level of detail that I think like, pretty unique. You don't see it all the time. So I absolutely love that. I also got this very cute little tile while I was in Provence. I got it at one of the markets there. It says Côte Jardin, so it was very fitting to have it in the backyard. And just in terms of like how the plantings came together, how the different features are integrating together back here. That's not our stone, okay? That's the neighbor's now. I just felt like it came together really beautifully. We've got some really interesting plantings back here, some really interesting trees, and I just am very excited to see this space start to fill in, get everything a little bit more lush and green. The first year of planting, it's always like, you know, things are small and not as filled in, so that's something that I'm going to be very much looking forward to. But in the meantime, this is a really beautiful retreat at the back of the house that I'm really excited about. This indoor-outdoor pass-through area and outdoor kitchen area is one of my favorites. I really am very happy with how it turned out. It was something also that Fraser wanted. Fraser kind of takes the reins on the backyard and really the exterior in general. I don't cook, but I also don't barbecue, although I am going to get more into it. And I would like to share with everyone that since we've moved in, I have been making several family dinners and we've all been sitting down to eat together, which was a big goal of mine, to be able to have these like consistent sit down family dinners. So anyways, that's a side note, but I'm very happy about it. This is something Fraser is very happy about. So we worked with West Porch, as you guys know, to build this custom outdoor kitchen. It's so beautiful and so perfect. And I think I learned a lot about the quality and the craftsmanship that goes into what West Porch creates. It's something that is very durable, but also like unbelievably smooth and aesthetically pleasing. And I don't feel like there's this, you know, it's outdoor material, so it actually is, you know, not as beautiful or functional as what's on the interior. It's amazing. I love the color that I picked, if I can compliment myself that way. And I also love the hardware. I wasn't super excited about having to use like a chrome or a stainless steel hardware, which is better for Canadian weather, but I really wanted a polished nickel because that's what we have on the inside, which isn't something that's gonna hold up in Canadian weather. So what I ended up going with was the stainless steel. And I think honestly, I'm super, super happy with what I picked. The profile, I think it integrates beautifully. It doesn't look too modern or too industrial. And I really just think the space came together beautifully. I ended up getting these chairs on Wayfair. I actually love them. They're like French bistro inspired chairs, and I thought they were a perfect color. They're kind of this like burnt orangey, browny terracotta color. Just a little pop of color, which is, again, so unusual. Wait till you guys see the inside and the amount of color in there. It's so good. But in the meantime, I think these outdoor spaces came together more beautifully than I could have imagined. Okay, now I'm gonna take you guys inside. This is the pinnacle of what we've been working towards. It's photo shoot day on the interior. We have Stacey Smithers Creative doing all of the styling, and we have Lauren Miller shooting it, and it is so beautiful in there. I cannot wait for you guys to see.
I also love that we're like having
I know.
this.
Hello.
What if it's like literally from...
Oh, I would love. All right, I feel like that looks pretty good, yeah? Huh.